Do not touch her yet. In that small hush, before anything visible begins, you have already started what most men never learn to lead. If you can hold that moment without nerves or hurry, everything that follows gets simple. If you break it, you will spend the whole night trying to manufacture with your hands what presence would have given you for free. I'm not going to hand you a circus of positions or a catalogue of tricks. I'm going to install a rhythm in your body that women love because it speaks to the nervous system they live in. It is 4 experiences braided into a sequence that builds desire without pressure and turns heat into memory instead of accident. Feeling safe with an edge, anticipation that actually builds guidance, that feels like honor rather than control, and containment during and after, so intensity becomes closeness. You need steadiness, specificity, and a sober enough body to notice what is happening in hers. This is a script, but it is meant to be lived, not acted. Fewer words, more reading, less rush, more timing, less do things to her, more create the conditions where everything becomes inevitable. Begin with the invisible prelude because it decides more than you think. Many women warm from the outside in and top down. Context first, then breath, then skin, then depth. If the context is wrong, breathing goes short. If breathing is short, the body guards. If the body guards, you will mistake protection for mystery and you will push precisely when you should pace. So before anything, direct the scene like a careful filmmaker. Get both phones out of the room. They are a primal message that says you can lower your guard here. Presence looks like eyes that do not dart, hands that arrive with the patience of a craftsman, shoulders that remember to drop, a voice that is 10% lower and 30% slower than your daytime cadence. Presence is waiting half a beat longer than your habit before going to the next place. With that floor under your feet, you can give her the 4 experiences that make you hard to forget. It means she will not have to manage your ego while she is surrendering. The way this sounds in a room is clean and warm, not legal and stiff. You name what you are doing or wanting, you ask a light yes or no. You wait a second for a signal in words, in breath, in the way her body meets your hand. I want to take this slow and do it right. If you want slower or different, tell me. It is the signature of a man who can feel his desire and still keep listening. Every micro yes you invite does not puncture the mood, it seals it. Reflect specifics only she could have earned from you tonight. Replace "you feel amazing" with "when you curled toward my hand a second ago, keep following that." The second experience is the one impatient men resist, anticipation that truly builds instead of stalling. Think in edges, circles, and gradients. Wake the nervous system without asking it to sprint. The line where neck meets shoulder, the collarbone, the small of the back, the outside of the hip, the inside of the wrist, the hollow behind the knee. Let your touch arrive like weather, a light breeze, then a little more wind, then stillness, until the nothing is loud and the body asks. With hands and mouth, trace lazy paths that keep almost arriving and veering away until she meets you halfway because her body wants to complete what you started. Begin with pressure that barely registers. Climb to what makes her inhale. Back off, return. She will tell you where to stay with breath, with sound, with the way her pelvis meets your hand. Your job is to notice. If you want her to slow down and feel more, you go slow first. If you want to intensify, you increase first. Set a rhythm, invite her into it with hands and mouth, then change before it becomes predictable. Safety loves pattern. Desire loves novelty. That is anticipation done right. The third experience is guidance that feels like devotion rather than control. You are speaking 3 languages at once: words, breath, and body. Keep your words short, clear, generous. You are not performing poetry, you are giving coordinates. Use praise to reinforce exactly what you want more of. The sounds you make when I hover, give me more of that. Fast, shallow breath often means she is climbing. Long, slow exhales often mean she is settling into a wave. Held breath can signal guarding or a beautiful edge. If you sense guarding, do not bulldoze. Soften or ask slower, different, stay here. That tiny question returns agency. The second she chooses, she relaxes more, and the very thing you wanted appears without pressure. Read body language the way you read your own hands. If her pelvis meets your hand, stay. If she pulls away, shift. If she smiles and teases, tease back. You are not trying to be psychic. You are co-authoring. There is a simple reason this dissolves anxiety on both sides. The night becomes two people climbing the same ladder of sensation, rung by rung. That ladder feels like leadership because you are holding the rails, and it feels like care because you keep checking whether her feet are on the rung too. When a woman remembers a night that truly touched her, she rarely recites an order of moves. She remembers being able to close her eyes without losing control of the moment. Containment is what turns heat into closeness instead of into emptiness. During, containment looks like a clean frame. Hands firm enough to give her something to push against, arms that draw a boundary around her body and say you can fall apart and I will be the floor. It looks like choosing positions that let her feel more with less effort, adjusting a pillow, supporting the back of her neck, shifting your weight so she does not have to hold herself up while she tries to feel. These tiny logistics are not chores, they are foreplay for the nervous system. Containment also looks like pacing peaks. Do not sprint to the top and tumble off. Surf the edge. The highest intensity rarely comes from hammering. It comes from holding just below the edge until she begs you not to move. After, containment becomes aftercare that is not an afterthought. Do not bolt to the bathroom like nothing happened. Let the room be quiet for a minute. Hold her in the way her body seems to ask. Pulled in tight or with space, and your hand tracing slow shapes across her back or forehead to forehead. Tell the truth in 1 or 2 sentences that sound like your mouth. That was incredible. I loved when you offer water. Notice if she is warm or needs a blanket. Do not open your phone. Do not start a post-game show. Let her nervous system come home inside a body that still feels wanted. 10 minutes like this will buy more future chemistry than any trick you could try next time. A tiny debrief, done warmly, changes everything. Not a survey, one open door. What did you love? If she shares, repeat it and bring it back next time. If she is quiet, you do not interrogate. You let the safety you are building do its job over time. You can offer one thing you loved seeing in her without turning it into a lesson. When you guided my hand exactly where you wanted it, that. You are inviting her to co-lead next time. You do not need to say, I am different. You prove it in 10 seconds like that. Now stitch these 4 experiences into a single flow, because nights are not lists, they are rivers. Arrive with intention, not theater. Hear your own breathing at the door and lower the world a half notch. Offer water. Ask whether she prefers warmer or dimmer light and let her co-author the room. Leave your phone outside. Stand a step back and look at her calmly, the way you look at a view you want to remember. And open with a small truth that buys nothing. I like the way you go quiet just before you laugh. Do not rush to touch. Offer attention. If she steps a half step closer, let it happen. Put your hand at her waist like it already knows the way, then wait a second longer than you want to. Find the corner of her mouth before you find her lips, then pause. I want to go slow and do this right. If her body says yes, close the space. If her body is unsure, dance at the edge for a while. Go back to voice, to humor, to music. Desire does not run from a pause. It cooks. Once you are inside the evening, you will feel the 4 experiences in loops. Your hands begin at the borders. Your eyes do not get lost, chasing the obvious. Your voice asks for micro yes where they belong and stays quiet where silence says more. When the pace rises, you become the bench that holds shape, shoulders down, jaw loose, feet rooted. When you feel yourself speeding because fear says the moment will vanish, you give yourself permission to stop smile, drink water, return. Humanity makes sexy what anxiety ruins. Avoid a few common pitfalls without announcing them out loud. Do not confuse intensity with speed. The more you rush out of fear of losing the moment, the faster it leaves. Do not ask, "Do you like that?" every 30 seconds. It pulls focus. Replace it with clear direction and space to answer with breath and movement. Do not keep a thread alive with nervous tapping between dates. Desire is cooked with deep presence and respectful absence, not with constant ping. Invite, propose, live, return when you can be present. Do not treat consent as paperwork that you file once and forget. Treat it as a texture. The difference between "may I" and "I am wanting to do this here" good is small on paper and massive in a body. Do not treat containment like a chore. The loneliness after a spike kills future nights. 10 minutes of care writes them. If you want refinements that take you from good to exceptional, train tempo intelligence, language discipline, and self-regulation. Most men have 2 speeds, fast and stop. Learn 5 in your hands and mouth, featherlight to wake nerves, slow firm to ground, medium steady to build, deliberate holds just below the edge to stretch, and a small pulse that turns "this is nice" into "do not dare move." You do not need to name them. You need to feel when to change. If her breath goes high and thin, hold. If she settles, build. If she laughs, play. If she moans and tightens in that way that means a crest is near, stay exactly where you are. Do not guess. Read. Choose words that build rather than break. The wrong sentence wrecks a perfect moment. The right sentence makes it unforgettable. Keep your language short, warm, and free of commands and possession. Replace "do you like that" repeated 3 times with "tell me." Replace "you are mine," which can sound possessive instead of protective, with "I have you." Replace commentary about how she looks with commentary about what her body does well. The way your body moves to meet my hand when I slow down, give me more of that. Praise actions, not only attributes. Praise creates permission. Permission creates abandon. Regulate yourself or you will rush everything. The fix is not glamorous. It is essential. Slow your breath. Let your shoulders fall. Unclench your jaw. Feel your feet. When you notice yourself climbing too fast, stop and redirect into a position where you can breathe and hold. You're allowed to laugh, reset, sip water, return. Calm does not kill passion. It engineers it so it lasts. Take this rhythm out of the house to prove to yourself it is not dependent on sheets. Invite her to a bookstore with small tables on a Sunday. Arrive 5 minutes early because rushing unthreads presence. Choose a corner where noise is background instead of protagonist. When she arrives, stand up, not theater. Respect. Talk about decisions, not resumes. What did you say no to this year that kept you sane? Read silence before you read answers. When she laughs, store it like a song. If the moment asks for a kiss later, meet it. If it does not, end high. Sunday at 6, let me show you the cafe I told you about. This is sex, even without a bedroom, because you are installing a pattern of calm leadership and precise listening. Her body is recording even if neither of you names it. Before you open a door together, anchor a simple mantra so your body carries the plan when your mind gets noisy. See slow, circle, ask, breathe, hold, praise, care. See her instead of scanning for a move. Slow your cadence until she follows it. Circle the edges before the center. Ask for micro yes where it matters. Breathe together and let your chest, not your mouth, lead the tempo. Hold a frame when the tide rises. Praise what you want more of. Care at the end so intensity becomes closeness. You do not need bullets on a wall. You need one sentence you can say under your breath and a body that remembers it when the room warms. You will mess this up. You will speed when you should have hovered. You will talk too much. You will forget water. You will miss a cue. Do not hide mistakes with performance. Repair them with humanity. I rushed that and I want a redo. Breathe, correct, return. Repair is hotter than pretending you are flawless. It proves next time will be better because you pay attention. Train your days so your nights have fuel. No script survives a body wrecked by sleep debt, sugar, and noise. You do not need to become a monk. You need habits so simple they win by persistence. Go to bed at roughly the same time. Train enough to sweat and breathe hard. Eat food that looks like itself most of the time. Protect one daily block of deep work where you practice the same skill you use in bed. Sustained attention. A man who is scattered at 3 in the afternoon will be an actor at midnight. A man who can concentrate at 3 will be a river at midnight. Picture a third scene to train variety, a weekend away in a hotel with new sheets and a city that is not yours. The temptation is to accelerate because time feels short. Do not. Do what always works. Enter slowly, calibrate light, breathe, set water, ditch phones. She looks at you with surprise and peace because almost nobody cares about the frame when the place is new. Novelty is not in the address, it is in the route. Change the sequence, not the destination. Switch the order of edges, use a different soundtrack. Explore a new ratio of giving to receiving. Familiarity gives safety, newness gives spark. Your craft is combining them in the right ratio. When something breaks the spell, a wrong message, a loud noise, a nervous laugh that kicks you out of your body, do not fake continuity. Name it lightly. That distracted me. I am coming back to you. Breathe. Return. The capacity to return without drama is one of the signals her body recognizes as masculine. Calm that does not deny reality but leads it. If you are still looking for techniques, understand the truth. Anyone can memorize maneuvers. Few can hold presence. Techniques without presence are noise. With presence, small gestures become deep. Half a centimeter of pause before where you think you should go. A palm under the back of her neck at the exact moment her body floats. A short laugh the moment tension needs breath. Those are the techniques that last. They do not need names. They need your eyes. If there is a single vow to whisper to yourself before nights like these, let it be this. I will not purchase access with self-betrayal. I will not confuse pressure with power. I will lead with specifics, guard my mornings, measure my nights, reward character, and let silence X-ray what words cannot. I will make her feel safe and chosen. I will build anticipation like music instead of noise. I will guide as someone who honors, not someone who manages. I will contain during and after, so heat becomes closeness. Live it even if you never say it out loud, and your body will deliver the message better than a speech. Install a ridiculous but useful pre-flight check you can do in 5 minutes. Clear a surface, set the lamp, put on music that fits the night you want, not the night the algorithm wants. 2 glasses of water. Shower warm, not scalding, because too much heat dulls sensation. Smell like clean skin, not like a bottle. Wear clothes that fit and come off without a war. These are small sermons that repeat the same message. We will not have to solve problems. We can feel. When you open the door, hold your gaze without hardness. Say one precise truth about what you see in her right now. You have the calmest eyes I have seen on you today. If laughter arrives, let it. Real laughter relaxes the diaphragm, and a relaxed diaphragm opens a body. If the moment asks for a kiss, start from the outside and move inward, corner, cheek, jawline, lips. If it does not ask yet, keep playing on the edges. Desire grows with oxygen, not with hurry. When you find something her body wants, stay. Reduce the range of motion until detail becomes world. Do not move can be a love poem when the body is asking for it. When you feel a beautiful edge, hold just below it. When you feel guarding, soften, ask, change. Your physical frame does the heavy lifting. If you are well anchored, she can drop weight. If you drift, she holds herself up and magic turns to gymnastics. If peaks come, help them be born without racing. This is not a contest with time. It is giving time to time. Between peaks there is gold, the open body that still vibrates, the low laugh, the clean eyes. Do not rush to close the night because your head thinks the story needs a neat ending. Let 2 minutes of quiet do the work that another hour of trying cannot. If her body wants more, it will come to you. If it wants less, do not push. Neither of you has anything to prove. Between nights, write like a man who values his attention. No anxious drip of texts to keep a balloon in the air. Send one invitation with purpose, one reference to something that was true. I keep thinking about the way everything went quiet when your shoulders fell. 2 options for day and time, then go live. The sexy part is not being always available. It is being whole when you are there. If you need one more picture to anchor this in your bones, take the doorway scene that quietly proves everything. You are standing with her at the end of the night. You do not bargain for more with nerves. You anchor what happened with clarity. I loved how everything slowed when you let your shoulders drop. A pause. Sunday at 6, I want to show you that place I mentioned. You hold eye contact a second longer than comfort requires, not to dominate, but to honor that this was real. Then you leave. 5 steps away, you smile, not because you won anything, but because you did not betray yourself. What you are offering is rare, deep availability when you are present, and zero availability for noise when you are not. If she is built for this, she will lean. If she is not, your life is too full to suffer for a maybe. The quiet in your chest is the engine of desire. Everything you just heard can live in one sentence that you say to yourself and then live in front of her. Make her feel safe and chosen. Build anticipation like music. Guide like you are worshipping, not managing. Contain during and after so the heat becomes closeness. You do not need to be someone else to give her what she loves. You need more of you, calm, clarity, presence, and a handful of small skills most men skip. Start tonight, see her, slow down, circle the edges, ask lightly, breathe together, hold the frame. Praise what you want more of, care when it ends. The body remembers the man who can do those 8 simple things. The mind will tell the story for years. When people ask you later why this works, do not explain. Smile and tell the truth, because we kept the silence long enough for our bodies to talk.